Facebook. It's 4 p.m. in the UK, 11 a.m. Eastern, and 5 p.m. in Cape Town. I learned that one last week, that Cape Town is only an hour ahead of the UK. Now it's Friday. We're winding down for the weekend and looking forward to a sunny weekend with, well, in my case, with birthday parties and visits with family. And it's just good to relax and switch off just for the weekend. But to wind down to the weekend, we need Bridgetti. Just heard from Bridgetti. Bridgetti is on her way here. And if you're here, then please do say hello. Okay, so all is good. I can reduce my tabs and say hello to Patricia. Patricia, brilliant. Long time no see. Hey, nice to see you. Glad you could join us. Now, I suppose the first order of the day is that late yesterday, Facebook started having problems with their live video API. And I'm just chuffed to actually be here today. And there's a reason I'll tell you in a moment. But at the moment, certainly Be Live, StreamYard, Lightstream, anybody who wants to create a scheduled show to Facebook is having a little problem in doing so. Some people can, some people can't. The problem lies on the Facebook side, and they are working to resolve it, and the engineers from Be Live are working to resolve it too. And hopefully all will be restored soon, and we can carry on broadcasting as we always do. The thing is that we soon forget little blips along the road, and we forget how complicated this infrastructure we're actually using is. And we do sometimes take it for granted that we can just plug in our camera, turn on our microphone, and go live. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that we don't see. And we should be saying thank you, not only to Tim Berners-Lee, who started all this, but to everybody who's actually involved in actually creating things. And Patricia is saying hello to Tish, and I'll say hello to Tish too. Hello, Tish. So at the moment, it is difficult to actually schedule a show to Facebook. This will pass, it will change, but it does bring up a very important point. And Trish is saying hello to Patricia. It does bring up a very important point about scheduling your show in advance. I try to consistently schedule our shows at least one day in advance, because that gives me a chance to promote it and share it. And it's important to schedule. And if you're going to schedule in advance, there's no point in scheduling an hour before, because you're losing all the benefits. The benefit of scheduling is quite simply so that you can actually promote your show in the time before you go live. Now, I know people who schedule 7 days ahead, which is the maximum that you can do. I know people who schedule 3 days ahead. And I know that I do it 1 day ahead. But whatever you do, you should schedule it in advance. The only reason this show is taking place today is because I scheduled it yesterday. If I hadn't, then we wouldn't be talking to you now. So the moral of the story is schedule at least 1 day in advance. That means that if there are problems, you get to know 1 day in advance and be able to take alternative action. Well, and Ed's here. Hello, Ed. And Tish is saying hello to Ed as well. If anybody wants to join us on camera, and you are more than welcome to join us today, then I'm just about to post a guest link. We're not totally automated today, so I'm posting the guest link. You're more than welcome to join us on camera. Bridgetti is on her way, and let's have a Friday party. So I'm going to hop over to my agenda and say that this is Bridgetti and Stephen in conversation or in discussion. I can never make my mind up which it is. And welcome to the show. If you've got any questions, I'm on Be Live Studio 2 today, and I've been using it now solidly for the last 2 weeks, and it is Facebook problems notwithstanding. It is a joy to use. It's a totally different experience. And of course, if you'd like a free coupon to the Udemy course all about this, you can join 1,700 people who are actually on the course at the moment. So welcome to, and it looks sunny. I know it's not sunny, but the picture I can see is definitely a bright one. Say hello to Bridgetti. Bridgetti, it looks bright where you are. I can't hear you. Oh. Right, just wait while we. As soon as I can hear you, I'll go full screen while you're. If you, as soon as you say something, I can hear you. Then we'll take
Okay,
it.
you should be able to hear me now.
And I can. And we say hello.
Hello, hello.
Bridgetti in Cape Town. Hello.
You know what happens is I don't know why, but for some reason, whenever I reboot, it takes my microphone settings right down.
Oh
And
yeah.
so I have to always remember to go into my settings and turn the microphone back up again after reboot. It's such a nuisance, you know. I wish it would remember your settings.
Yeah. I mean, Be Live in Studio 2 remembers everything that you do, but
Yes, it does.
Windows and Mac, totally different things. And we've got live with us today. We've got Patricia, Tish, and Ed. And Patricia is saying,
She's planting a tree.
"Oh, okay, happy planting, happy planting." I took a flyer. We decided that we've got a wild garden
Oh, yes.
and next to a tree, and the tree's got birds' nests in it. And we had some lavender in front of the wild garden. We had 5 clumps of lavender, and I replanted 4 of them
Oh, lovely.
10 days ago, and they're still alive,
Ah,
which is
they survived.
is a minor miracle. Yeah, so the garden's doing well. Angelica's put some water out, and the birds are coming to drink. So we're actually surrounded by nature at the moment. The only thing that is putting us off, okay, the guest link is there. The only thing that's putting us off is that we have seagulls. Now,
Are they
we
chomping away at your plants?
well, they should really be named. No, the thing about seagulls is that they are huge. They are huge
Yeah,
birds, and if one of them hits you, you'd know it.
that could be
Now,
interesting.
it could in the early days, seagulls were by the sea, which is why they're called seagulls. But
Correct. Are you
they
close to the
decided
sea?
no, they decided that there were thin pickings on the coast, and so they moved inland en masse altogether,
Oh,
and
wow. That's interesting.
they now live in towns.
Oh, my
Uh,
goodness.
and if you've got a food factory in your town, then
They'll
that's
be
their
visiting
favourite
you.
place. All right, and we're joined. I'm waiting for a thumbs up here. As soon as I get a thumbs up, can I get a thumbs up? Yep, here we are. We've been joined by Ed, and 3, 2, 1, magic of BeLive.tv. We say hello, Ed. Long time no see.
Long time no see, and I'm first time being a guest on BeLive too.
Hi, Ed.
Hey, Bridgetti, long time no see to you too.
I know. It's been a while. It's been a while.
So, Steve, one of the things I noticed is when you first came on, you were a little bit pixelated and you didn't really look great, but now your signal's perfect. And I don't know if that's just how it works or it gets better over time, but it's working great now. You look great.
Yeah, thank you. It's a Facebook feature, I think, that the first few seconds always tend to look pixelated. And there's nothing you can do about it. The signal sort of sorts itself out, and you just got to keep talking and keep people interested with your voice, and they just ignore the picture, and it will come right. Right, okay, you're in Studio 2 for the first time as a guest. What do you notice?
What do I notice?
Yeah.
What do I notice? I noticed that I should have thought out in advance and gotten my little earplug that is a lot that doesn't show up like this huge thing on my head here. but you know, it's at another place. I set up a new I guess you'd call it a studio in my house. This is it, and still have some things that I gotta fix and make a little bit better. But I wanted, oh, there we go. Now I'm full screen. That's great. Just wanted to see how this thing was working, and you're there, and I'm a guest, which like I said, I haven't been before.
Right, and the thing about now is you can actually see what's going out live, and that's a major step forward, because before you're in a little box bottom right hand corner, and it's a whole different ball game. Now, if you want to try something, you're in for a little experiment.
I'm sorry, try what?
Are you in for a little experiment?
Okay, tell me what I can do.
Right, top right hand corner of your screen, you will see a upward arrow, fourth icon down. It's an upward arrow. It looks like it's got a screen behind it. It could be an in tray or whatever. If you press that button on the left hand side, then you should be able to share your screen. If you want to share something with us, now will be the time. Whilst you're doing that.
All right, so on the left-hand side, the other left-hand side. Okay, where it says share screen.
That left-hand side, share screen. You can share your website if you wish.
Here we go. What? I'm sharing another screen. This is I just did a you can bring it up. If you can see it there. Okay, there we go. I just did a promo. I'm going to be going live remotely from the Shoreline Jewish Festival in at the Green in Guilford, Connecticut on Sunday, and I just did a test to see if we were actually if my microphone that I use when I'm my wireless mic was actually working.
And the result is?
Oh well, yeah, it worked.
Good to go.
Yep, got this nifty remote mic, and this little box here, it plugs into my phone.
Okay.
And it sits on the back of the phone.
Let me put you full screen, then people can see.
Okay, fits on the back of the phone like that, and then somebody can be holding my phone while I'm doing a live, and I've got a remote mic that I can use. Also have a lavalier mic that I can use.
Brilliant. Got a little technology.
Made by Samsung.
Good company.
Nice.
And
Indeed.
A little belt pack for the lavalier mic, which of course clips onto my shirt. And but I expect I'll be using this. I decided I'm going to go around. I'm going to talk to the various vendors and the various food makers and interview them and maybe get people down. I'm going to do probably a pre-show starting. This is assuming there's good enough. There's good enough connectivity there, or if I can get on to maybe the libraries across the street, maybe I can get on their Wi-Fi.
That'd be good.
So we'll do a pregame show starting about half an hour before at 11:30, and then maybe go for about a half an hour to tell people to come on down, because there's plenty of parking, plenty of food, plenty of fun. I don't remember how long they've been doing this, but they've been doing it basically for several years. And up until now, I've only done still pictures.
Right. Okay. So this is going to be a step into the unknown, isn't it?
Yes. And you know what? Why don't we see? I'm gonna push the button here. Can we see if I get audio from this?
Yes, sure.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So you heard that, I assume.
No.
No, you didn't. Okay.
You want to try again? We were waiting for it.
Try again.
Are you supposed to be able to hear it when I play a video?
Yes.
Just a minute. I've got any settings, Bridgetti? Hang on. I just got to disable the video. I don't have. Oh, wait a minute. Let's go full screen with this. Right, okay. I think I'm struggling a little bit. It might be me. Okay. Right, now all I've got is the video button. I don't have a volume button as such. Okay, so we can see the video playing.
So you can see the video, but you can't hear it.
Correct. Unless, well, I can no, I can't change the volume, can I?
I don't think you can.
No.
Can I change the volume?
Give it a go.
Well, the volume's up here.
Right. Okay.
Let me see if let me see if I can change it on my screen. Hold on a second. Yeah, it's on high on my end.
Right. Okay. We'll come back to us then. Right. Okay. That's a question for Be Live.
Okay, so you're supposed to be able to hear that when I play that, when I share my screen, right?
Indeed.
Okay.
Well, I don't. Yeah. Okay. We might be able to check that out later. Bridgetti, do you have a video you could try to see if it's? Let's just capture the comments.
Yes, I could do that.
Okay.
Give me a moment.
Okay. Dom is saying hello. Tish is saying buenos dias, Dom. And there's a conversation going on whilst we're live, which is good. When that happens.
¿Cómo está, Tish?
Right, I'm going to take that down off screen.
I know about 17 words in Spanish. 9 of them are numbers. I keep getting getting 10.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I keep getting 10 and God mixed up. And 4 of them I can't say on here because it's a family audience.
Okay, that's good of you. Yeah, appreciate that. And I've got the feed coming through, and I'll bring it up on screen. Okay, it's coming up on screen. Bridgetti, it's on screen now.
Good morning, guys.
Yeah, I've got sound, but I've got, yeah, it's my processor that's causing the problem, but there is sound. So you just need to experiment, Ed.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna give me a second here. I'm gonna go to another screen and I've got a whole bunch of stuff that's running. I'm gonna turn it off, and then I'll be back. Hold on a second.
Right.
Okay. All right. Well, let me try turning this thing on again.
Okay.
Oh, I've got to share it. I forgot to share it.
Just hang on a minute.
Okay, I found one I can share.
All right. Okay. I'm just bringing.
You can bring me up if you like.
Okay, just a minute. I'm trying. We'll get there in a minute. This is live. No, I don't think we have sound. Very strange. Can you hear it in your?
Okay, I hear it locally.
Right,
do you hear it, Bridgetti?
No, I'm not hearing. There's no sound coming through. Ed, how are you sharing that?
I am playing the video that's a Facebook Live video, and I push the button on the upper left that says share, and I choose this particular one. And like I said, I hear it in my ears, but I don't. You tell me you don't hear it. Go ahead.
Okay, but how are you sharing it? That's what I want to know. Are you sharing the Chrome tab? Are you sharing an application? What are you sharing?
I'm sharing the Chrome tab, I think.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Let me try my one.
Okay. I hear you. I hear it.
Right, we have a mystery. We have a mystery. I think that worked perfectly, Bridgetti. I'm going to take that down. Okay, so I think it's a question of settings. Theoretically.
Wait a minute. Let's try this. Well, actually, I'm not sure where that one is.
Okay, let's find out then. Okay, it's all about
Wait a minute. I don't
experimenting.
I don't
Try it again.
I don't know where the button is because it's not. Wait a minute. Maybe it's on.
Are you trying to play a video that's in the directly from Facebook? Is that what you're trying?
Yes.
I have a feeling that won't work. You have got to share an actual video.
Oh, so it has to be local.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so let me. I can do this.
I just realized what it was.
Okay, so I'm going to play a video in VLC. Let me see.
Okay, Ed, you can't play it in an application, okay? Because if you play it in an application, it's not going to bring the audio through. You can only get the audio. So you've got to take your video file and drag it into a tab, into the Chrome tab, and then play it from there. That's the only way it's going to work.
Ah, okay.
So add a Chrome tab, which will be blank, and then drag the file onto it. Okay.
Nope. Still working on that. Hold on a sec. Let me shut down. Oh, I've got lots of tabs open here. I'm going to shut them all down. I'm going to open a new tab. I'm going to take an MKV file.
All right.
And it wants to download it, not play
it. Just drag and drop.
Save file.
No, just drag it from. I'm not a Mac person, but if you drag it from
I'm not
wherever it is.
Yeah, I'm not actually. I'm in Linux, but.
All right. Okay.
I will figure out how to.
So what are you trying to do?
I'm trying to hold on a second. Frames. Intro.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, come back to me. Go talk so we don't have a lot of dead air.
Okay, we're good. We can do mime. Bridgetti.
Okay, so it's the whole key with doing a screen share is making sure that you don't share an application, because if you share an application, it's absolutely not going to work. It has to be literally take the file from wherever it is in your folder, and then just click on it and literally drag it into the tab and release it, and it'll play. And so when you're ready, just click on play at the bottom. And there is a little trick if you don't want the little play selector to show at the bottom. There's a little trick to doing that as well. But otherwise, it works extremely well. Oh, you have to remember that when you're sharing your Chrome tab for a video, there's a tiny little tick box on the bottom left corner. And I think it's there by default when you share a Chrome tab. So if you don't want to share the audio, you untick it. But I think it's by default that it's there. So when you're playing something with audio, it will actually share the audio. As opposed to what we previously had when we didn't have this facility, it was playing through your microphone and the sound was not very great at all. It was very echoey. But now you can use your system audio, so it's absolutely fantastic. And it doesn't really matter what the length of the video is. You can play it because, you're not, for now, we're not able to pull it in to be live for the sake. And I know there's been a lot of people asking about this in the Be Live group, people wanting to play an intro and outro. So there's a lot of people that are interested in figuring out how exactly this works so that they can use an intro and outro. And I know there was someone who posted a question just yesterday or today. I get confused with the time zones. Sorry. And her intro and outro played, but there was no sound. And I'm suspecting that she was doing what you were trying to do, Ed, is by playing it in the application like VLC or whatever it is that you use as your video player. And so it'll play your video without a doubt. That'll work perfectly, but you won't get the benefit of the sound because the sound is part of the whole impact that you want with an intro and outro. And what I would like to say to people who want to incorporate an intro and outro with the current way, because remember, using the idea of doing a video share the way we're doing it now with Be Live is intended for longer videos or videos we want to make as part of our presentation. It's not really meant for someone who wants to do an intro or an outro. That's coming. Hang in there. It's on the to-do list. But the current arrangement is a workaround. And what I want to say to people is, if you're wanting to use this current workaround for your intro and outro, do practice. Take the time. If you're going to try and do it while you are live for the first time, it is not going to work because you want to practice being able to get it on full screen. You want to practice that you don't get that little bar at the bottom. And it's a tricky workaround. It's a doable workaround if you really, really want to use it, and you can use it. But practice makes perfect. So it's going to be a big mistake if you are all prepared and ready to use this and you simply go live and you're now going to use your intro outro for the first time. It ain't going to work. You're not going to get the desired impact or the desired wow effect, which is what you actually want. You want to kind of like, I want to see what this is all about because this introduction looks very interesting. Practice, 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 practice. Don't wing it.
Okay, Steve, if you can pull up, okay, you're pulling it up, and
no, there's no
Still
sound.
can't hear.
Yeah. Okay. I'm currently sound only, which is why you can't see me on screen. We can have as many people on screen, sound only as we want. But I do want to bring up a video, and I'll bring it up on screen now, and I'm just trying to preserve my resources. And let's see if this works. I saw a video last week by Mitch Jackson, and I thought I'd love to play that in our show on Friday because it's pertinent to what we're all doing. So I spoke to Mitch, and I got a reply back after last week's show, and he said that we can play any of his videos during our show. We have his full permission. So with Mitch's permission, I'm going to go full screen on this video, and I'm going to press play. And
business blog, and you've just
tell me if you can hear it.
The publish button on a brand new guest blog post on a new trending business topic.
I hear
You're
it.
super excited to share your friend's
Right.
advice with your audience. 6 months go by and you're pulled away from your laptop.
We don't have full motion video, but I hear it.
It's a process server with a summons and complaint. You're being sued for $10 million. Now, what happened is 6 months earlier, one of your devoted blog post readers shared your post with his management team and 800 employees. All of them relied upon your blog post in making a huge business decision. The advice given in the guest post on your blog was wrong. The company lost $10 million relying upon the guest blog post. Look, I'm a big fan of sharing valuable content on social media, but you've got to be careful with what you share and how you share it. If a consumer is under the reasonable expectation that they can rely upon the advice that you or a guest blogger shares on your blog post, and that advice turns out to be wrong, inaccurate, misleading, maybe even fraudulent, then you may find yourself at the wrong end of a potentially career-changing lawsuit. And I don't want that to happen. When blogging and when sharing guest blog posts, do your due diligence. Be careful with what you're sharing and how you're sharing it. Use disclaimers. Use independent blogging contractor agreements. If written properly, these agreements will contain hold harmless and indemnity clauses to help protect you if there's ever a claim brought against you, your blog, or your company or business. These agreements can help limit your financial exposure, your legal liability to breach of contract, negligence, breach of warranty, and fraud allegations. Protect your readers and protect yourself. Be careful with what you share on social media, and when you do, use a properly prepared independent blogging contractor agreement.
Okay, so Steve, you were playing a video on Facebook, right? By sharing a Chrome tab. Yes? Did we lose Steve? Steve, you're running the show here. We can't lose you. If we lose you, well, actually, you know what? Will we keep going if he disappears?
Oh, yes,
Bridgetti?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yes,
so
it's
maybe
one of
he's
the-
gone.
I don't think he's gone. He was voice only. He may just be busy with something at the moment. So
I am not here. Uh-oh. We are rudderless.
So that's the one thing that I like about Be Live is that if you and believe me, this has happened to me as well. You know, because I used to have at one point, I had a lot of internet connections and my connection used to drop unexpectedly. And what I did was I actually told my guests that in the event that my signal drops and I drop out of the show, please continue. I always told people, I prepared them for that. I said, please continue because the stream will not disconnect. It's one of the great things about Be Live. So you can simply disappear. I don't mean like run away while your show's running, but if you disappeared, you can simply log back in again and your show will still be running. Yay.
Right. Indeed, indeed. Now, to explain what I just did, I did share a Facebook tab with the sound on, but what I did to conserve my resources, because I'm using a virtual camera, Bridgetti's got a virtual camera. If I brought that up on screen and stayed here, then my computer would just said, I've had enough, I'm packing up. So I switched myself off.
I'm out of here.
Exactly. So I switched myself off. I shared the Facebook tab and switched the sound on, and it worked. As you said, Eddie, was a bit choppy, but that's basically because, well, it's just my computer resources really. I need a new one if anybody's listening. But you can share from Facebook, but the ideal way to do it, as Bridgetti said earlier, is to have the file that you want to share on your hard drive, be it Mac or Windows. Open a new Chrome tab and then just drag the file across the screen from Explorer in Windows onto the Chrome tab, drop it on the Chrome tab. Chrome tab recognizes it as a video or an MP3, whichever it happens to be, and then you share that and press play. I don't know. We'll have to check the recording. I mean, we did. I did a show 2 weeks ago now on a Wednesday evening, and we shared a 30-minute video. Now the video was on my hard drive, and if you look at the show recording of the full show, which was half live and half recorded, you can't see the join. Yeah, the quality was that good that the video played for 30 minutes without any problems whatsoever. I just want to say thank you to Mitch Jackson, and we look forward to featuring more of your, well, it's advice really, good advice. He's one of the best people around, and he freely shares his professional expertise, and every now and then we have permission to actually bring his videos into our show, which is good. Right.
Yeah, he shares great content.
Well,
So, but you were sharing that right from Facebook, right? That was Facebook. That was a video on Facebook. You were playing it, and we heard it, and we saw it.
Yeah. Yeah. But
And I was.
Sorry.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm on Windows 10.
Yes. Okay.
No. It's just worth practicing, and you know, I mean, that's the thing you can set. The thing I love about the studio is permanent, and we can come in here any time of day, not go live, and we can just chat and practice. And if we want, we can record to a local private group on Facebook. So we do have a facility to come on here, drag the video in, share the screen, press the record button effectively, and record it and see what it turns out like. And as Bridgetti said, it's the practice before you do it. And something that you mentioned earlier, Ed, which is important, and that is that when the video starts on Facebook, and this is a Facebook thing, the first few seconds of the video can be pixelated. There is now a new feature on Facebook which allows you post-production, in other words, when you finish going live, to actually edit your video. And you can chop the beginning, you can chop the end. It's just a simple editor at the moment. But if the beginning is not, you don't want people to see it, then you can, through the Facebook editor, take off that beginning and make the video start wherever you want. And then you could do a whole range of things. But on Facebook, you can change the intro, which I think is important.
Okay, I'm going to get going, and I am going to contact BeLive and tell them about that things don't seem to be working on my operating system.
Good idea. Yep. If you let them know, they will, as we know from past experience, Ed, they've helped us in the past, and they're always there.
And I'll just I'll just give them a link to this video.
Yep. Ed, thank you for joining us.
So long. Have a great day.
Have a great weekend, and I hope the video shoot goes perfectly.
Well, you know, I think what's for the biggest issue we're going to have is a good enough connectivity from my cell phone. But we'll see what happens.
Oh, Ed, yes. I have a question for you.
Sure.
Your microphone flag, did you have that made, or did you make it yourself?
Okay, this flag is under probably about $10 or $15 on Amazon, and I printed out the text, and I glued it to the plastic, and that's where I am for right now. And maybe in the future we'll get something that's a little bit more permanent, a little bit more professional. I think it looks pretty good.
Well, it still gets your message across, and you know, if it's a flag.
But you know, the other thing I have, if you give me a full screen here for a minute, Steve. The other thing that I have over my shoulder, and it's not turned on right now, is the monitor. And at the moment, the monitor is hooked up to a computer called a Raspberry Pi, which is they're about $35, and I can play video on it, or I can put up stills. I can put up presentations, and I can control it remotely using a program called VNC from the desktop that I have here. So that plus the flag, and I can put up multiple messages, change the messages, etc.
Well, that's the great thing, you know, that people need to realize that if you want to up-level your show, you can, you know, there's all kinds of things that you can do with your background. I mean, like what you're doing now, if you were to play a presentation on the monitor behind you, you can dispense valuable information. You can show infomercials or whatever it is that you want to as part of your presentation. So there's little things, and it's, you know, it's inexpensive things. It's not it's not stuff that costs a bunch of money.
So I've got the my Logitech camera on another one of these scissor things, so I can move it up and down and around much more easily than having it just sit. I mean, I guess that originally the way it's set up is it sits on your monitor, but the monitor doesn't always have it pointed in the exact right direction that you'd want it to be pointed in. So that gives you a little bit more flexibility.
Brilliant. Okay, Ed, enjoy the weekend. We'll
All
see you
right.
again soon.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Now, I have always wanted to do this, and we'll get the chance to do it in a minute. Yeah, the screen's going to settle in a second, and we're going to play a little game of can you guess somebody from their voice? Okay, now he's allowed to disguise his voice, but we have a guest who's actually with us at the moment, and you have to discover who he is. Would you like to ask him a question?
What is the weather like in your part of the world today, and where in the world are you?
Das Wetter ist sehr gut.
Let's see. What do you do for a living?
I am a hired killer.
I know who it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome from Aberdeen in Scotland.
I've got it.
That worked quite well.
You're busted. You're busted.
We say thank you to our good friend Peter. Hello, Peter.
Hello there. Hold on, I've just moved a bit.
The German was good too.
Sorry? You like
The
my
German was good.
Ja. Ich habe gewohnt in Deutschland.
How are you, Peter?
Not too bad. I'm feeling better than I've ever been for a long time, you know.
Excellent.
Jumping in there, giving my message. Yeah, it's been a tough time recently, so I'm feeling a bit better.
Oh, good. Life challenges us from time to time.
Yeah.
My favorite saying is I always say to people, life happens to all of us.
Yes.
You sometimes plan to do something and then you can have the best of intentions.
Yeah.
And then life happens and you simply have to learn to roll with the punches,
Mm-hmm.
And I always like to apply that to live video as well.
Mm-hmm.
You can plan things to the best of your possible ability, but there's just some things that happen and it's out of your control.
Yeah.
And my best advice to people always is that you cannot control what happens to you. It's out of your control. You cannot control how people react towards you or a situation that you find yourself in jointly. But what you can control is your response, is how you respond. You have control over that.
Yeah, well, I had a problem last weekend. Something came in by email on a Sunday that upset me. A customer was upset because something hadn't been done through no fault of mine. So I actually fixed it that night. And customer come back and he says, I'm absolutely delighted that you've managed to fix that over a holiday weekend. Very impressed. So I got that negative and turned it into a positive, and we've done the work today actually, and I made sure that I emailed just to say that everything's fine, everything's okay, everybody's happy, Bob's your uncle, and that was it. So it is, I won't go into detail, but I've had a few knockbacks recently that Stephen knows about, and I've just had to take it on the chin, and things have turned out, touch wood, quite well under the circumstances. It's just having the right attitude, really.
It is. It's your outlook and how you actually deal with the problems as you arise. I mean, sometimes you get sleepless nights. There's nothing you can do about it, and then you get up in the morning and you try and set about solving whatever's been bothering you during the evening. And
yeah, well, I'll tell you what. I've got to tell you, I'm exhausted. Running your own business. Now, I don't do any physical work, but I am absolutely exhausted mentally. We've actually got too much work just now, and trying to do all that all weekend. I mean, last weekend I took about 8 calls or even Facebook messages. Yes, in the bath as well. I actually had to tell someone who kept they kept messaging me. One more question. I said, listen, I'll answer everything Monday morning. At this point in time, I'm lying in my bath. Oh, right. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, well, that's the pearls of actually having a bath and reading your iPad at the same time.
Yeah. Well, the
Yeah.
thing is with me, it's my messenger mini bot. You know, it does say in emergencies, phone or contact us on Messenger. I'll answer your calls, but I can't help in answering right now. But I woke up to £800 on Monday, about 800 quid on Monday morning because I'd answered the calls all weekend.
Yeah.
So there you go. No, I haven't been for a while, Stephen. Is that your same background? Are you using anything else now?
No, it's a vMix background, XSplit background.
That's what I'm using. What does mine look like?
I can prove that by changing my background. Just a moment. Which background can I go for? Let's go. Okay, I can bring in the Studio 2 logo. So I can switch. Now, the only difference is that every time I come on, Peter, I actually calibrate it.
Ah, right, okay.
Yeah. Because the basic, if you, I mean, my hands are looking reasonably good.
Yeah, that's a very good.
I've lost my thumbs, but my hands are looking good. If you calibrate, because you've got different lights, different times of day. Yeah. So you've got to calibrate it according to the light you're using at the moment. Now, I'm totally on daylight at the moment, thank goodness. So I calibrated before I did the show with Angelica at 2 o'clock today, and I just left it on that setting.
No, listen.
That's true. You know, the lighting has got a big influence, and it's good to just, you know, check before you go live and make sure that it calibrates well.
See that light? I'm actually sitting in darkness.
Right. Okay. Well, that's it. That's it. You do need to have some illumination.
So how does that look now?
We can see your sleeve, but we've lost your arm.
How's that now?
That's good. If you stay your center screen, it's good.
I haven't used this for ages. I had a problem with it yesterday, but yours is looking really steady, Stephen.
Have you updated it recently?
I tried to do it yesterday. Something happened. Someone went wrong. I'll do it after this.
As Bridgetti and I have been saying since the beginning, Bridgetti most, that they're updating these frequently to improve the quality. And there was the update yesterday. Is the one that you're missing, I think.
Right. Oh, yesterday. Well, I maybe tried it yesterday. Is that any better now?
Looking good.
I think you just need to do a calibration, but I mean, you look good. You're not, you know.
Yeah. If you do a quick calibration.
Listen, I'll come back. I'll do a calibration. I'll come back.
Okay. I'll just drop you off screen then, and then you can calibrate and come back. Well, it's busy today, isn't it? Wow.
Stephen, it looks like they fixed it. Because remember, when we did the view like this, it used to enlarge your image.
Yeah, it did.
So it seems like this has been fixed, which is fantastic.
It is. And the other thing that's been fixed, which is absolutely magical, is they've also fixed on the agenda. I don't know. It's not going to word wrap, unfortunately. iOS mobile is still on the way, and we are waiting for it. And I'm just trying to find a long sentence. Okay, and Wordwrap.
I think the one from Domingos is long.
There you are. Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's now doing the Wordwrap properly. And just to show that we're live, I can actually change that spelled incorrectly. The 4 is saying fur, but if I switch it off and switch it back on again, it's spelled correctly.
There we go.
Yeah, I love that. The editability and the word wrap's good now. Yeah, it makes a lot of difference. And we have the refreshed Peter Stewart, and we'll bring Peter back on and take that title off. So Peter will join us in a second.
How's that?
Ta-da! He's back.
I think that's a lot better, Peter.
Really?
Bridgetti?
So put your arms up now.
Mammy.
I see. World of difference. World of difference. It's not perfect, but it's good.
The sun shines east. The sun shines west. But I know where the sun shines best. Mammy. Mammy. Oh, mammy. All right, that's it.
All we get is an excerpt. Oh, I've lost Bridgetti.
Oh, dear. That's on
Bridgetti,
the
you
way.
still there?
If you can hear me, I'm going to refresh.
Right. Okay, we can hear you.
I'll tell you what,
Yeah,
Stephen,
refresh.
that background is really good that you've got there. Finely
Right, okay.
playing, shows you with your white shirt, really good.
Thank you. Thank you. I think a plain background does work as well as a picture. And all you do is you go to Google Slides. Yeah.
Google Slides, right?
Yeah. New slide, pick your background color, save it, export it, and then you can bring it in. So it only takes a couple of minutes.
Really good. Really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can have as many as you want. I mean, I used this background when I created the Udemy course. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
what I had was just myself on screen. I was basically like this, and I was actually talking about everything, and it just worked so well that I think this is now probably the best way to actually create recorded content, because you can come on here and you don't have to go live.
Breaking up.
Like if the four of us, if the two of us and John and Stephen wanted to get together and have a chat, we can come and have a chat here. We don't need to record it, so you can use this for video conferencing. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So if you want to talk to a customer and say, right, okay, forget Skype, forget Facebook Messenger, let's leave those behind. Just click this link.
Yeah.
And the link stays the same all the time, so there is no problem in it being out of date. And everybody who's got a link can effectively come into your studio anytime. Yeah. So
anybody can come into your studio, but if somebody comes in you don't want there, you can kind of kick them out.
Oh yeah, you've got total control.
By mistake.
Yeah. I can see everybody who actually comes in, and we've had people who come in and gone quickly. We've had people who come in and wanted to be voice only, so I switched the camera off.
Okay.
Yeah. So the full range of options.
And actually, this time when I'm on screen, I can actually see myself as well, which is good.
Oh yeah,
I can see myself at the bottom. I've been on it for a while. I'm in the mood for doing it now.
Good.
In the mood for doing it again.
Yeah.
Getting all the other stuff away.
I mean,
so there's much new in it. There's much new in it.
Everything. Everything. Just a minute. Let me try and find a photograph, and I'll show you. I'm going to go. This is live. I'm going to go to my image folder. And I'm going to upload a photograph. So just give me a moment.
Okay.
I need to go to a directory, and I'll bring Bridgetti on screen whilst I'm doing. Hang on, I can't. I'm trying to multitask. Yeah. Right, I'm going to bring in. Bridgetti's coming back. I'm going to bring an image up on screen. We're just talking about using this for video conferencing, Bridgetti.
Ah, okay. And I went to put a jacket on because I'm free. I was sitting here freezing. It suddenly got so cold.
Yeah, I mean, we forget that you're in winter, and for the first time this year, we're actually got a week full of sunshine. Right? Okay, this is what it looks like, Peter.
Okay. Yeah.
There you are. Right. So that's what I can see. Yeah. Now the blue bit is where the three of us are now. Yeah. Okay. Underneath, I've got all the photographs I'm going to use. Yeah. And down the left-hand side, I can't move my mouse now, but you start the show with the triangle. You put yourself on camera with the camera icon. You can share the link with a guest. You can share your screen. You can bring images into the show. You can put text on screen. You can have an agenda, and you can change the appearance. So all the controls are down the left-hand side, and on the right-hand side. It's changed totally. It's a totally different experience.
Very
And
good.
Bridgetti and I have shown great patience, because for the first time ever, we actually binned a show. And that was only 4 weeks ago. They've
I remember it.
they've come so far in 4 weeks that it's just not true. This is ultra stable and a pleasure to actually use.
Can you still do a solo and put it out to Facebook?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's just you on
I'm gonna
screen.
do that.
You on screen is solo.
You,
Bring 2 people and it's an interview.
Yeah.
4 people and it's
and
a
you can
chat.
put it live to Facebook.
Yeah. You can
It goes live to Facebook.
You go live to Facebook page, profile, or to group. And Bridgetti and I are looking forward to being able to go live on YouTube.
Well, I think I'm going. Do you know how many people have stopped me recently? Younger people, and says, "Oi, when you doing more videos?" Now, considering I done those videos, would you believe it's about 3 years ago now
Time flies.
since I done that video?
Yeah.
People
Right. Okay.
is the staff have changed. I've got completely new staff, and I've said to them, "Will you come in videos?" And they reluctantly said, "Yeah, but it's because it's brilliant because I've got 2 Andys, Bridgetti, 2 guys that work for me called Andy."
Yeah.
And I say, how do I make a difference between them? So one's got long hair and a ponytail, so he's Andy Hairy. And then we've got Andy, who's got a bald head. He's Andy Baldy. And that's their names. And they're going to come and video with me in the van. So
Brilliant.
hopefully it'll be a laugh.
Indeed. Peter.
But,
Yep.
Yeah. On you go.
All right. No, Peter, thank you for joining us. I wish you a
Yeah.
fantastic weekend. And Bridgetti and I are going to close the show. We'll see you again soon. Okay. All right. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Right.
Bye,
I'll
Peter.
let you get on then. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Take care.
That's a whirlwind show.
It was a whirlwind show as always. I don't know how. I mean, the hour just goes so incredibly fast. It's
No.
crazy.
It's not enough time. So thank you to BeLive for all the improvements you're making. It's making this a pleasure to actually use as we do our shows during the week. When's your next show, Bridgetti?
It could be this weekend. It could be any time. I've gotten involved in an amazing new project. I didn't even know that this existed until I got involved with it. Did you know that there's such a thing as a mini UN?
No?
It's made. A mini UN is made up of young people from all over the globe, and they get together biannually, and they mimic the entire UN sitting. So that is quite an exciting project, and I look forward to them seeing a successful conference. It happens from the 30th of September to the 2nd of October. So it's a 3-day conference with young people, and it's in South Africa. So we're going to have young people from all over the globe converging on South Africa to do this mini UN conference. It's going to be amazing.
Well, bringing people together. I mean, that's the big thing, isn't it? People are actually meeting and getting to know each other and to learn about each other's cultures, and to I'm just interested to see what the language will be for the conference, because
correspondence.
Right.
They make it in English, but I think they're going to use the same system that they use at the UN, where people can use a headset and it's translated in their local language.
I look forward to hearing more about it, and wish you and them every success. Brilliant. Right. Well, as you rightly said a moment ago, that hour's just finished. So would you like to close the show?
I want to say a huge big thank you to everyone who's joined us live in the show today. Without you, we wouldn't have a show. In fact, I mean, we would go on regardless. We would still be producing the show and having fun.
Oh, yeah.
But it makes it so much more fun when we have you join us live. It's awesome. It adds a new dynamic, and that's what live video is all about. It's the engagement and being able to share your comments on screen. We love doing that. It's what BeLive does well. So have a fantastic week ahead, everyone. Have a great weekend. So from me in Cape Town, it's goodbye for now, and see you next week, same time, same place.
And from me in Wiltshire in England, goodbye. Have a great weekend. We'll see you again, same time next week. Bye for now. Okay, and that is